Hi everybody, this is Monica from Huckleberry Mountain Botanical School of Herbalism, and today I'm going to be talking to you about motherwort. First of all, its Latin name is Leonoris cardiaca. Leonoris meaning lion and cardiaca meaning heart. And so that kind of gives an indicator about what some of its uses and what it's good for. And its normal name is motherwort. First of all, I want to talk about a couple things because I don't know if anybody's here yet. Lindy's on the other side of this camera, so if you say something, she'll hopefully let me know. But I'm tethered because it's really kind of windy here, and I wanted to make sure that you guys could hear this live. And if anyone knows me, they know I don't like to be attached or bound by anything. I'm a free spirit.
Yeah.
I like to be free all the time. We're right next to my chickens too, so they might make a little bit of noise. I have a couple of chickens that are in my herb garden here, so I can throw herbs and whatever I don't want growing around my garden, or just some extra greens that maybe they would like, and I just throw them in there and our compost and stuff like that. So if they make noise, just ignore them. So motherwort. First of all, it's part of the mint family, the Lamiaceae family, so it makes it, in my opinion, anything in the mint family is super, super easy to grow. And motherwort is no different. It's a very easy plant to grow, and if you let it go to seed, it will self-seed and it will be spreading everywhere. It's much like lemon balm. Lemon balm, well, let's look around for a minute. I just want you to see where all my lemon balm is growing. And it started over in that circle and it's moved down into this area. It comes up in my walking paths. It comes up everywhere. So I have lemon balm growing kind of all over, and I just go around and pull up the stuff I don't want and cut and use the stuff I do. And motherwort will do the same thing. So if you allow it to go to seed, you will get more motherwort. And honestly, that's my plan this year. I've got some mint that came up right here that I'm going to be tearing out and hopefully letting motherwort sort of spread herself more in this part of my garden. It does like a little bit moister soil. So if you are going to put it in full sun, which is fine, make sure that you keep the soil is real healthy and make sure it stays moist. Mine is in kind of an area where she gets partial shade and partial sun, and this part of my garden stays moist a lot. It really does. Partly because the water's right there, and any of the drip lines that go through my garden always come through this area, so there's always dripping going on here for both sides of my garden. And so it grows pretty well here. Zones 4 to 8. Has anybody come?
There's a person, but
we don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Zones 4 through 8. Some places will say 3. However, if you are below zone 4, one of the requirements of the seeds is when it does seed, or if you're trying to grow from seed, is stratification. So it needs that coldness. So it'll end up, just being kind of an annual plant for you if you're below zone 3. I bet you zone 3 could still do it unless you had a particularly cold year with very little snow to help kind of insulate the ground a little bit. The other thing that you could do is to cut it down fairly close to the ground and then mulch really, really well as fall is ending and winter is coming in, and that would, help a little bit as well. Let's see, anything else in regards to growing? So I don't think so. Now let's talk about when you would take the plant. And the best time to do it is when it comes into flower. Take the top 6 to 8 inches, and you'll be using the leaves and the flowers. It is better medicine during that time, and that should happen anytime, depending on where you live, between June and September. For me, this has gotten big fast this year, and I think it's because we had such unusually warm and a little bit drier weather, and so my comfrey is already going to flower, so I'm going to have to cut that down. And we're just in May. Usually my comfrey is this tall. It's been a really interesting year. So let's talk about some uses, because this is a wonderful herb, and especially for mothers, hence the name Motherwort. Wort, the word wort comes from, I want to say it was from, I can't remember, I'm not even going to say, but it means heal. And it's saying healing mothers. This is not only a great herb for regulating hormones, helping with hot flashes, helping reduce cramping. It's also an emmenagogue, so it brings about periods. It helps with, if you're one of those people who have really irregular periods and you're just not sure when they're coming, this is the herb for you. It will really help regulate those things. It's also great for supporting mothers, because of its other uses, the cardiac, the calming of the heart, and giving you that lion heart. It helps with those moments where you're maybe having an outburst, or you're really upset, or you feel things are out of control. It helps to ground you. It helps to calm a racing heart or irregular heart. And this is not meaning for like if you have serious cardiac issues, but this is usually stress or anxiety related, where you get really stressed out and your heart is just racing, or you wake up in the middle of the night and you have that racing heart and maybe some night sweats. Motherwort is a really good herb for you to add to your day. It takes a while for it to really have a longer term effect. However, if you are dealing with those outbursts or those sudden, overreactions to things, like you just, you're getting really frustrated or angry easily, Motherwort can really help even within 15 minutes or so of taking a Motherwort tincture. Most of the time you would want to be tincturing this fresh, so you have it available. You can drink it as a tea. I'm going to warn you though, this is not a typical mint. This does not have that nice, either lemon balmy or minty flavor. It's quite bitter. It is one of the bitter mints. So taking it as a tea isn't necessarily an enjoyable event. However, bitter herbs are quite grounding, and they sort of bring you back into your body. It's, if you feel like things are out of control and you're just so out there and you can't pull back down, Motherwort would be a really, really good herb to even drink as a tea to help bring you back into your body and ground you a little bit and ease the emotions, ease the reactions of your heart, and like I said, regulate hormones and things like that. So I think that's really all I have to say about Motherwort. It's bitter. It's great for moms. It's great for cardiac care. It's great for uterus toning, and for pregnancy, you want to kind of avoid this because it isn't a emmenagogue, but taking it the last couple of weeks of pregnancy is generally okay. And as always, I'm going to tell you this, none of this is medical advice. I'm not, telling you what specifically to do or to try these things. And sometimes for the heart muscle, this is combined with hawthorn as sort of a supportive and double whammy when it comes to cardiac toning and things like that. So if you have any questions, let me know. And don't forget, I do come on live. I'm going to be changing my live schedule because things are changing at our home. So I'm planning on doing one on a Saturday. I still have to try and figure that out because I do have my herbal school that runs.
Angie Jones is watching.
Hi, Angie. I do have my herbal school that runs on Saturday, and so I'm still trying to figure out how I'll work that. It might be in the evening or something like that. And then I plan on moving my Tuesday, Thursday daytime to probably a Monday evening. So if you have times that are especially good for you, that you would jump on to the lives, let me know, because it's not like I can coordinate with everyone's schedules, but if I get like, ooh, Monday evenings work really, really well for me, or Saturday at this time works really, really well, then I'll try and accommodate that for the most people, because I would like to get people on here. I enjoy talking with people rather than just doing a monologue and talking to myself, talking to the audience. I'm more interactive even at my talks. I like people to talk to me and ask me questions and interact in some way. It gives me more energy. So talking to a camera isn't that fun for me. Other than that, I think that's it. Don't forget, if you don't follow me, go to Facebook and go to Huckleberry Mountain Botanicals and like my page. Also, go to academy.huckleberrybotanicals.com and sign up for my free content and check out my herbal program that I offer there. We always have a lot of fun, and especially if you live locally, shoot me a private message and let me know if you'd be interested in joining an herbal group that I'm trying to get started here in Bonner County. So until next time, health and joy.